Hello and welcome to this special edition of Talk Time. My guest today is Mr. Devajit Saikia, the Secretary of the Board of Control for Cricket in India, a multifaceted personality who is a lawyer, who has been a cricketer himself. He has the Advocate General of Assam and now, of course, a sports administrator. Mr. Devajit Saikia, welcome to my show.
Thank you.
My first question obviously is, as I said, you are a man of many parts. You had a diverse career as a cricketer yourself. You played with Assam. You are a lawyer. You are currently the Advocate General of Assam. And now you are holding the position of the Secretary of the BCCI, that is the Board of Control for Cricket in India. You are a top sports administrator now. Now, how has it shaped your approach towards cricket and towards sports in general?
When you were giving me so much of compliment, I am feeling that you will say that I am master of none, but
no, it is not like that. You have already accomplished.
Thank you so much. So yes, of course, everything is interlinked. Whatever you were saying, I am a sports administrator. I was a sportsman before, or a cricketer. Now in the profession of law also I am there. So I find a connect within these different fields where I am operating. If you look that I am an administrator, so when I was a cricketer, we faced a lot of problems as a player.
Right.
So that was in the late 80s and early 90s. Those problems I have faced personally, so I know what is going on in the grassroots and what are the mindsets of the players also. When I was with the cricket teams, those who have played later on to the Indian team also. So I made and shared a lot of things in the pavilion or in the ground or in the hotel or wherever we met. We have interacted with those, and I could assess that they have gone through a lot of challenges, and those challenges are still persisting in some area or not. That is why if I know one side of the story, the other side of the story also I know, because I was part of the Assam Cricket Association as an administrator from 2019 actively.
Yeah.
And till 2020. So I know what is in the mindset of the administrators also. And while being a part of the sports administration, I have also seen how the courts are involved with the activities of the sports association, because if you look at how the things have transformed from 2014 onwards with that committee, the Lodha committee's
Yes.
affairs,
Yes.
the Bihar Cricket Association's case in Supreme Court, which I was regularly attending. So I have seen, and also in other fields, also in football also, there is now the cases are going on in Supreme Court. If you look at the Wrestling Federation, if you look at the Boxing Federation, everywhere there in the sports administration, there is a part played by the court also. And that is good, because certain things were not going in the right direction and therefore the court interfered to some extent. It is definitely welcome. So all these things have helped me to grow as a sports administrator. Of course, I was a player without having all these things, but now my day in, day out, my activities is in the court, and I know what are the nuances when I am taking any decision in BCCI or any sports administration activities. The background, I know that the face of the judge, it
Right.
plays in my mind.
Yeah.
So what the court will ask if we have taken a wrong decision or a
Absolutely.
right decision, because most of the decisions are put to challenge or under judicial scrutiny. So
And
this
you
has
also,
really helped me.
You also know the aspirations and grievances of the different cricket associations in the state level. That was also important.
Definitely, because I came to Assam Cricket Association because I have seen certain things were not going in the right direction. In fact, it was never in my mind to become a sports administrator. So certain things which were terribly wrong in Assam Cricket Association, and I was hearing the problems from the players. Of course, at that point of time, I was not playing, but I
Yeah.
have seen how the things are moving in the adverse way to Assam cricket, and there is absolutely no developmental work in Assam cricket. Rather, there were a lot of news regarding the financial anomalies,
Yes.
mismanagement, corruption in team selections. So those things actually inspired me or compelled me to be a part of this association, which of course I am today thankful.
Absolutely. Now, you are a player yourself. You are a cricketer yourself. Can you share a defining moment from your playing days? That is now still influences your perspective on cricket today.
So when I was playing, I played from 1984 to 1991. So a span of 7 years. a span of 7 years for a cricketer is absolutely nothing. It is the starting time.
Right.
So I started my career in 1984 by playing for the state schools, Uttar Pradesh, then under 15 Vijay Merchant Trophy, all these tournaments I played. And finally, in the Ranji Trophy, the first class cricket, I was there in 1989, 90 and 1991. And that was my end of my professional or the actual cricket. Thereafter also I played till few years ago also. But during that time, I played all the junior age group tournaments. And the defining moment, if you are asking me, within that time, I was selected to represent the East Zone team also, under 17. And 88-89, we became the All India champion by defeating North Zone in the final, West Zone in the semi-final, and Central Zone in the pre-quarters. And in that team, I was sharing room with the former Indian captain Saurav Ganguly.
Okay.
And in the semi-final, we played against all these cricketers whose name are very familiar, including Sachin Tendulkar.
Absolutely.
He was playing for the West Zone. Vinod Kambli was for the East Zone. Ajay Jadeja, he represented, I think, either North Zone. He was playing for North Zone. Then in my team, Saurav Ganguly was there, Ranjit Biswal was there. So
interesting, you played with some of the big names.
And that was the national
Indian
champion.
Cricket. Absolutely.
So
now when somebody plays cricket, in this case, I'm talking about you. When somebody plays cricket, naturally everybody wants to be, in the Indian team, wear the Indian hat. That may not have happened for you, but ironically, you have gone on and become the secretary of the BCCI that controls the entire cricket in this country. So how do you look back? What do you feel?
That is a blessing in disguise. In my hindsight, I can say that. But the thing is that every cricketer who takes and goes to the ground, everyone has a dream to play for the India.
Absolutely.
So
don the India cap.
I could go up to the East Zone level, but thereafter I don't see that. At that point of time, the cricket in today's context is totally different. Most of the cricketers were coming from the metropolitans.
Right.
Bombay, Delhi, to some extent or at a very minuscule way, Calcutta and Chennai. Bangalore was also not at that time very contributing lot of cricketers to the Indian. At that point, they had presence, but these are the 4 or 5 major cities which are contributing to the Indian team. Rest of the places, you are not having any cricketer. The Dhoni break that jinx in the early part of
coming
2000.
from a small town.
And thereafter, you can see there are number of players who are coming from small town. How can, nobody could have thought that a player from Guwahati like Riyan Parag could make it to the Indian team.
Absolutely.
In the 80s, 90s. And the number of games was also very less. We had only the test match, the multi-days. Later on, 50 overs matches started, and very late now we have the T20 format, and the number of games has multiplied many times. At that point of time, in the 80s, 90s, there are very few matches. Even the test matches, you can see that there are 2 or 3 series in a year. Now you have the whole calendar year full of cricket.
Now, from this, I want to ask you a follow-up question. You said that you had the conventional forms of cricket, only test matches.
Multi-days cricket.
Ranji
Trophy was in the domestic.
Ranji Trophy was there, test matches.
There was no 50-over tournaments or T20
then
tournaments.
Came the
50 overs.
Then came T20 format. Now, can we expect, cricket to have an even newer format? Can we expect something like that in the days to come?
Now, sitting in the chair in BCCI, as well as the part of ICC, I will not say anything on this point, because you can see in the cricketing arena, there are some other formats also are being played, but these are not official, and we do not want to promote those kind of activities unless it is given the nod by the ICC.
So, but you are open. I mean, anything can happen in the days ahead. Nobody can say today.
So nothing is static. In a dynamic world, everything can change. In the football also, a lot of changes are taking place nowadays. The rules, regulations. In cricket also, rules and regulations are being changed. Formats are being multiplied.
Right.
What is the basic transition? The transition is that earlier 5 days people have to be involved with test matches. Then the ODI format came, and now a part of a day is used for the T20 format.
Absolutely.
So you are squeezing the time.
Yeah. No, when you talk about time, even for a T20 format, from people starting from their home to reaching back home after the match, it takes about 5 to 6 hours, minimum
5 hours of full entertainment. Entering to the stadium is also fun.
Absolutely.
Going back is also another fun.
Another fun. Now, so 6 hours in today's world also for some people, I mean, the time may come when people may not be able to spend even 6 hours.
What you are projecting there tomorrow, do you want a cricket match with 6 balls, a team?
Certainly not. That will not be interesting. That will not be fun.
So let's see, T20 is also a very shorter format, but that gives you the thrill, the electrifying moments within that span time. And nobody, I don't think, they will have to spend some time if they want to be in the stadium and be a part of the game, or else the television is always there.
Absolutely. Now, what motivated you to transition from your legal profession? Of course, you are still the Advocate General. Once a lawyer is always a lawyer. I know that. But what actually motivated you to transition to cricket administration?
Because administration, because I have just told you that I see certain things were not moving in the right direction for the local cricket. So I have to get myself involved. Acute shortage of grounds or the infrastructure was there in Assam. There was no proper structure of the cricket tournaments in Assam. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't happen. How the teams are being selected, nobody knows. There are a lot of people who are taken from outside to make our team complete. So these were not the things which is serving the interest of the cricketers of Assam or cricket of Assam. So therefore I took up it as a challenge, because I have heard a lot from the players, and myself I have gone through that process. What are the difficulties? Because there is acute shortage of the number of games before BCCI tournament. That match temperament lackings, these are the common flaws, and there is lot of less bank strength here. No proper tournament, there is no proper umpiring, all these problems were there. So we have to take, and I myself have suffered, so I know that what are the options or what are the way forward to take a challenge to these problems and overcome them. So that
that was the motivating factor.
That is the motivating factor. So I was a lawyer, and being a part of law also, there are a lot of litigations going in Guwahati High Court also.
Absolutely.
So with some like Niloida and all these people who are involved. So I was always having debate in the court regarding development of cricket, and sometimes we have to quarrel also, and sometimes we are not in talking terms. So when it comes to cricket, the persons from whom I have learned the whole law.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now you took over as BCCI secretary in January from Mr. Jaisa, your predecessor. Now, what are some of the key priorities that you have set for yourself during your tenure?
So this is within the tenure, like Jaisa was having his tenure of 3 years in BCCI, and under him we all worked from 2020 to October. We have set a plan for this 3 years term. In meantime, when about 1 year is left, Jaisa was elevated and elected unopposed to the post of chair of ICC. So that was a huge promotion to him, a great honor for him, with whom we worked for 2 years and 2.5 years.
Great honor for him as well as the country.
As well as for the country and as well as for BCCI.
Yes.
Such a young boy, he is only 34, 35 years, and he is now manning the highest post in the game of cricket. So that is a great honor, and he had laid down some major programs for BCCI. One of them is the WPL, introduction of WPL in 2022, which is now the game changer in women's cricket in India. So Jaisa introduced women's cricket. He brought parity, and we are all part of his team when all these decisions were taken. So these things we have to set in motion. And after I took over as secretary, I was lucky to host this tournament, the WPL 3rd edition, and it was over about 10 days ago. The other things which we have planned for these 3 years, we are just pursuing them, because back to back I took the charge in the month of December, and I was regularly elected in January 12 this year. So now I have a tenure till November. So whatever we have to do, or everything was planned earlier. Back to back events, like when I took charge, Champions Trophy is in the offing, then the England series. England came to India. When I took charge, we are in the midst of Australia Test series. Then thereafter the England team came. They played the T20 series and the ODI series. Thereafter immediately the big challenge was the Champions Trophy. We are very lucky to be the champion in Dubai. Then in the meantime, our women's team under 19 played in the ICC World Cup in Malaysia, where we got the gold medal, the championship. Thereafter, now the IPL is going on, and immediately the IPL will be over. Within 1 week, our senior team will go to England for a 5-test series. So that is the biggest challenge now. We had played bad test cricket against New Zealand and Australia. Now we have to overcome that trauma, and we have to look forward with a new strength, with a new vigor, so that in England we perform good in the red ball cricket. And immediately thereafter, once the England series is over, we have to host the Women's ODI World Cup ICC tournament. So that is another marquee tournament which will be done during my tenure. So we cannot think about anything else than what is already in the pipeline. And Jaisa and our team planned it before, and I am just carrying forward whatever is set in motion. So I am a person who is in charge of doing it. But the planning was done when Jaisa was at the helm of affairs.
Absolutely. But giving shape to the planning, implementing the planning is also a big task.
Definitely.
Because Mr. Jaisa, he may be looking into affairs, but he's into the broader field now.
Absolutely. And he is always our guiding force. Although he may be in ICC, but whenever we have any issues, any problem, we always can reach out to him to get out the solution, because he is a person who was involved with active cricket administration from 2009 onwards.
Absolutely.
He has shaped the Gujarat Cricket Association. He is instrumental in making the biggest stadium in cricket in the world, that ground Narendra Modi. He personally monitored everything from the brick to the canopy. He overlooked, he was in charge of everything. So he has that kind of thing. Now he is in the bigger field with ICC, and I know ICC there are a lot of challenges, and under the JSA, I am sure that he will have a glorifying career in ICC.
Absolutely. On that note, we go for a short break, but don't go away. When I come back, I'll continue my conversation with BCCI Secretary, Mr. Devajit Saikia. Welcome back. I am in conversation with the Secretary of the Board of Control for Cricket in India, Mr. Devajit Saikia. Mr. Devajit Saikia, you know, as the Secretary of the BCCI, you are also in the ICC board. Now, my question to you is, how do you intend to balance Indian cricket with that of cricket around the world?
I don't have to balance anything. Rather, I have to promote the interest of Indian cricket in the board of ICC. I am a representative of BCCI in ICC, and in all my activities, my whole concentration will be how to get the best from ICC for the interest of development of BCCI. So that is my priority. But within ICC, I am a part of 3 committees. One is the Finance and Marketing Committee, one is the HR committee, and the third one is nomination committee. When I will be sitting in those committees, definitely I will have to be
think about global cricket.
Global cricket. So whatever role is given to me, because from 10th to 15th April, we have series of meetings of these committees in Harare as well as in another city in Zimbabwe. So once I am there, I will be looking after all these activities, and after that definitely I will be able to share with you many things regarding the world development.
Absolutely.
But in ICC, my immediate role was when I took charge as board director on 4th or 5th of December last year. The challenge was the hosting of Champions Trophy and whether India will participate or not. I was
it
part
was quite
of
a tricky affair, isn't
it? Was in
Pakistan
a very
supposed to be the host, and then you had to juggle between cities.
That is one situation which came before me immediately after I assumed charge as a board director in ICC. So there were a lot of negotiations, and I am fortunate to have being a part of that negotiation to solve the whole issue. Now the solution you have all seen.
Yes, absolutely. Now another very interesting milestone that is approaching is the inclusion of cricket in the 2028 Olympics. That's a very big thing. Now how are you preparing yourself as the chief of the BCCI? How are you preparing to send your first team to the Olympics in 2028?
It is still a long way to go. Now we are in 25.
Yeah.
So we have to plan for Olympics much later. If you look at this kind of cricket, India participated in the Asian Games also a couple of years ago. At that point of time, India sent a team to Ireland.
Yeah.
India sent a team to Sri Lanka, and one of our team was playing in China. The Olympic was where it was happening. So we'll definitely have to plan it, but it is too far away from now to think about Olympics. Whenever the Olympics dates will be announced and the format will be announced, definitely we'll have to prepare our team accordingly.
Now, how challenging is it for the BCCI? Because this club cricket, this is one format. Now the IPL is there. Now there'll be Olympics. Do you think that will create a lot of pressure? Because already in the cricket player workload and mental issues, people, even today, people are discussing all of these issues. How are you dealing with it?
BCCI is absolutely not involved with any club cricket. We are involved with franchisee cricket,
Yes.
that is IPL.
I know.
And the other is the bilateral series and the ICC tournaments. So nowadays we have these committees who schedules the tours and the matches well in advance. And we have a big pool of cricketers now. Those who are basically focusing on white ball cricket, many of them are not interested to play the multi-days cricket, that is the red ball cricket in the test matches. Apart from that, we have our local domestic cricket where we have the white ball crickets in the form of Vijay Hazare and Mustaq Ali Trophy,
Yeah.
as well as in the red ball it is Ranji Trophy. So as we have multiple players, we have number of players, we have a very big bank strength. We can always field 2 or 3 teams. The other day our senior cricketer Gavaskar said that India can field 3 teams, A team, B team, C team, which in fact is 100% correct. So their player will have to see which format they will play and which other tournaments they won't like to play. They have to take a decision. But one thing is that few players are always common in all formats. So that challenge is really relating to them. So they have to do some additional work to keep themselves fit, both physically and mentally. So they have to plan their thing. But from BCCI's perspective, we have a set norm. You have to participate in the domestic cricket so that you will be considered for selection into the national team.
So that is the criteria.
That is the criteria, and if you have some genuine reasons not to play domestic cricket, even you are available, then you have to make a request. The national selector will take a call on that.
Recently, we saw even a player like Virat Kohli playing domestic cricket.
Because we made it necessary now that those who are available in India, and when that point of time there is no Indian team playing any tournament at the ICC level or having a bilateral series, so they should be available for participating in any domestic cricket. The basic reason is that it will keep them in touch with the game, number one, and on the other hand, the younger players or those players who are not donning the Indian color, they will get an opportunity to play and share the same pavilion and learn more to groom their cricketing talent.
Now you see, you only said that earlier the cricketers used to come from metropolitan cities, and that trend was broken by Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who came from Ranchi, and thereafter cricketers are emerging from small towns all over the country. Now
it is not that from metropolitan cricketers not coming.
That is true.
You can say Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, all these are from
metropolitan cities. But how do you spot cricketers? Is it the traditional way you are still doing, or do you have a comprehensive scheme to spot talents all across the country?
We have selection committee both at the senior level as well as in the junior level. There are 5 selectors coming from 5 zones. So they constitute the national selection committee. We have the very robust domestic cricket structure, right from under 16, that is Vijay Merchant Trophy, the under 19 CK Naidu trophies, Coach Bihar Trophy, then we have the Ranji trophies, that is in the men's section. Identically, we have introduced under 15 for the women's, we have under 19, under 23 and senior for the women's. And women's also we have the selection committee. So all these selectors, every day I get a mail that I want approval to travel to so and so. These selectors are doing their best to travel all across the country, every matches, one or the other selector is being present to locate the talents which are coming up.
Because that's a very serious business.
Very serious business, and in a cricketing season, we host more than 2,200 cricket matches, and our general manager administration, game development, Abhi Kurevila, he is also putting lot of hard work. He has a very good team under him. So everybody is monitoring, everybody is watching where the games are happening and which are the raw talents, new talents are coming up. So we take and thereafter also we have a center of excellence in operation in Bangalore. Earlier it was called National Cricket Academy, and now last year when Jaisa was the secretary, he inaugurated it and converted it into a center of excellence. That center of excellence also is doing wonderful job organizing seasonal camps for all these budding and young cricketers.
Now you see, Guwahati has certainly Assam, Guwahati particularly, has become a cricketing destination now. We are now sitting in Barsapara. I mean,
it's a cricket stadium.
It's the most talked about cricket stadium now. We are having 2 IPL matches. The women's ODI is also coming in November. About 5 to 6 matches are going to be played. So my question is, how do you look at cricket infrastructure? I understand you are also, this is a 40,000 capacity cricket stadium. You are also building another brand new stadium in Guwahati, I am told.
The second stadium which is coming up, it is the brainchild of our Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma. So he has taken the job of building a stadium in Aminganj, just in front of the Deputy Commissioner's office about a year ago. And he requested me to be a part of that committee which will design as well as take out the project to its final conclusion. So Assam Public Works Department is involved. They have given it some agencies to start the work, and the work is in full progress. The target of completing that stadium was March 2026, but because of the pace of the work, it can be preponed by 4 months now. The agency which is in charge of construction of that stadium, which will be very nice, very beautiful, very nicely located. It will have a capacity of about 22,000. 22,000, and it will be delivered, handed over to the government of Assam. Maybe it will come in contact with ACA also later on, I do not know, in December 2025. Within this year, we are going to have big stadium in Guwahati, which can host any international matches in the coming times.
Now that brings me to a question. As someone from Assam, don't you think Assam should also have a IPL franchising?
That is in fact, when we had that auction, this is bidding 3 years ago, when BCCI took a decision to increase the number of teams from 8 to 10. So Guwahati was also in the race. 6 cities were in the race: Guwahati, Indore, Kochi, Lucknow, Ahmedabad, and I think Cuttack. So there was a bidding on these 6. Some of the franchisee owners, they bidded for Guwahati also. So they got opportunities.
They bidded for Guwahati.
They bidded for Guwahati. So ultimately, Lucknow and Ahmedabad were selected. Guwahati was poor third in that race. So in future, if there is further increase of teams, Guwahati will always be there. Even in women's cricket, WPL team also race. Guwahati was one of the city which was part of that bidding process.
So sooner than later, at some point in time, there will be definitely maybe a team from Guwahati IPL franchising.
Definitely, we cannot say no.
And you can think about it. Can be Assam Rhinos or Rhino Chargers.
Yes, that is a very nice name you have called.
Rhino Chargers. Let's keep that. Please remember that name.
Because it will be the call of the franchisee owners.
Absolutely.
The BCCI or the state.
Please remember the name Rhino Chargers. Now you see, a lot of people, a lot of the cricketing world around the country, particularly the administrative body, they envy the BCCI, because BCCI is the world's wealthiest or richest cricket governing body. Now in 2023-24, the BCCI earned about 15 to 17,000 crore. That was the BCCI's revenue. Now my question is not that. It's good that BCCI has that kind of money, which is Cricket Australia, if you look at it, it's just about 700 crores, which is just a fraction of what the BCCI earns in a year.
The figure you have said, there is an update also, but I am not going to disclose.
Okay,
It
don't
is much
disclose. It
higher.
must be much more. That is the reason why you don't want to disclose.
That is why Jaisa is one of the most successful administrators. How he multiplied it 3 times during his tenure, that was the biggest success. He brought
Okay.
the
So
financial strength of BCCI to a different level.
Absolutely. I quoted 15 to 20,000. It may be definitely more than that. So that's why you are not going to say it
You,
now.
you
It's
can- you
fine.
can have an update on that.
We'll get an update on that. No, my question was, is the BCCI, I know BCCI is the cricket governing body, but is BCCI also looking at development of other sports outside cricket? Because on and off we get little reports in the media that BCCI is helping this, BCCI is helping that sports
Till
person.
now, we have not expanded it that way, but we are always part of our Olympic movement. So we are trying to contribute whenever the Indian team is sent to participate in the Olympics. Recently in the Paris Olympic also,
Right.
there is a huge contribution from BCCI. Earlier also we have done it. Definitely in coming times, maybe we can expand our activities to other sports, but there will always be a conflict. So that is why only financial aid may be granted to some other sports, but we cannot involve with the
No, that's
administration
true.
of the other games.
Only financial, only limited to financial assistance.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
That door is open, maybe our constitution also permits that, but till now actively we have not done other than helping the Indian Olympics in times of need.
Absolutely. On that note, we'll go for another short break. Don't go away. I'll be right back. I'm in conversation with BCCI Secretary, Mr. Devajit Saikia. Welcome back. I am in conversation with BCCI Secretary, Mr. Devajit Saikia. We are getting to hear that there is an under-14 tournament going to be held in the northeastern region, the 8 states. Is the BCCI in any way involved in that?
BCCI has no system of having any under 14 tournaments. The tournaments which you are just making a mention, it has been decided by the states of the northeastern region, the 6 states plus Assam and Tripura. So these 6 states which are part of the northeastern zone in the BCCI structure, along with 2 teams, that is Assam and Tripura, which falls into the east zone, not northeastern. So they have recently discussed and decided to float a tournament for development of overall cricket in the younger generation in the state, in these states. So they have decided to start a tournament from us in Guwahati from 19th of April for all the under 19 boys of these 6 or 8 states. So that will be a tournament which is much needed, because BCCI starts its tournament from under 16 onwards.
Right.
That is the Vijay Merchant Trophy.
Yes.
So before that, the BCCI, before playing that BCCI tournament, the boys are not exposed to any structured cricket. So they straightway come and start playing the under 16. And I have seen in some other zones like the West zone, they already have this tournament for several decades. And even South zone also, they are having this tournament for several years. So
Under 14.
Under 14, but this is not part of BCCI's
Right.
cricket structure. So those states also have decided that to groom their budding talents, this kind of tournament is very much essential at the age of 14. So as I have seen those things, I wanted and I requested all these states to join hands and start this tournament, so that will give a proper platform to the young budding cricketers how to enter into the cricketing competition.
Right.
So this is precisely the objective which this is being planned, and I am sure once it is started, maybe it will grow, and in the meantime we can start identical tournaments for the girls also in the coming times.
When you say tournament for the girls, is there an overall plan for developing women's cricket in Assam particularly?
In Assam, during my tenure as General Secretary, we have started a lot of tournaments, including Kanaklata Borua inter-district tournament which was never there among the teams earlier. So when that was in I think 22 or 21, we floated that idea of starting that Kanaklata Borua cricket tournament for women's, and I thought that hardly 5 or 6 districts will come. I was surprised, pleasantly surprised to see that 18 teams volunteered to participate. 18, 1-8, and now we have about 40 units. So now it is going to touch 30 now. So cricket in women's sector is progressing and developing in every nook and corner of the state. If you look at Uma Chetri, Jinti Moni's success, so a lot of young girls are seeing a lot of future in cricket, and they are joining cricket by leaving some other games and participating, because BCCI has a secured and structured cricketing future for them. So that has encouraged the young cricketers, especially the girls, to come and join cricket.
No, when you said that the parity as far as the allowances and salary is concerned,
parity is like this.
Parity, that has changed the face of Indian cricket, isn't it? As far as men and women.
That is a game changer in women's sport. In India, when Jaisa was the secretary of BCCI, he floated this idea in one of our Apex Council meeting, and there was some resistance also. Okay. So Jaisa got that through, that our women's cricketer should get the equal remuneration as the men are getting in playing for the country. So that was a huge fillip to women's cricket in India. It has encouraged them, and it has given a very positive message. We always talk about women empowerment. This is the steps which is actually required for women empowerment. And after this, lot of English and American sports also have done the same thing.
Okay, they have taken a cue from the BCCI.
Absolutely, they have taken a cue and they have followed it.
Right. I'm asking you a slightly different question. Recently, the Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, under his initiative, Assam had a very successful Advantage Assam 2.0 Business Summit. There was global attention on Assam because diplomats from 70 countries came. They were led by none other than our External Affairs Minister. Then top business tycoons came, and Guwahati, or Assam for that matter, suddenly was known to the outside world because the Tatas have also come and invested in that 27,000 crore semiconductor unit. Now that has again propelled Assam to global limelight. My question is, now that Assam is becoming a cricketing venue, do you think that is also going to assist in a way? Both the two things, business and cricket, they are going to complement and supplement each other, do you think?
Absolutely. This is one another vertical in which we can always grow. Not only Jaisenga, Honorable Prime Minister also came for that Advantage.
Yes, he spent 2 days here.
Yes, so that is one area where our industry and our business will grow. Parallelly, we are also having the test center in Guwahati from November onwards.
Test match.
Okay. So that is a big occasion for Assam.
From when?
From 22nd of November till 26th of November. It will India
matches
versus South Africa. The second test is scheduled to be played
here
in this stadium.
Yes.
Identically, just 1 month prior to that, we are going to have a ICC World Cup Women's Tournament here. 6 or 5 matches will be hosted in Guwahati, and that will bring Assam to a different level so far as international cricket is concerned. Of course, we are hosting bilateral tournaments. We have already hosted warm-up matches of the 2023 World Cup Men's.
Yeah.
But these two events, that women's cricket
and the test match
will take Assam to a different level. And I am sure now even this IPL happening here, lot of other industrial activities are going on. There is a huge positive effect in the overall economy of our state. Now you are seeing only the players are playing and the teams are coming, but you have seen so many people are involved in these activities, right from the transporter to the persons who are cleaning here. So it has a big positive impact in the economic thing. And for that purpose, BCCI is also thinking that we can have a proper study how IPL is impacting the social growth and economic growth of our country. Most probably we are trying to rope in some agencies to do that exercise.
Absolutely. Now, another thing, when you talk about BCCI, a lot of people want to know such a big sports governing body. It has to have transparency, accountability, and it should have good governance. I'm sure you have all the system in place. how you are going to, I mean, you are looking into these aspects which always in the media and public consciousness.
If you look at the cricketing administration from 2019 onwards,
Yeah.
there is a paradigm shift. The Supreme Court in the month of August 2018 passed an order that all the BCCI have to adopt a new constitution, which BCCI had done. Thereafter, all the state associations will have to adopt identical constitution in their state associations. And this constitution was drafted with the monitoring of the Honorable Supreme Court. Now, in our Apex Council, whether it is BCCI or it is the state association, in the BCCI, the CAG's representatives should be there. Identically, in the state association, the Accountant General's nominee has to be there. So, why Supreme Court has compelled BCCI to include that clause? That means the persons who are auditing the finances of the country or the state, a representative of that organization, which
Should be
is
there.
a constitutional authority,
Yeah.
they will be a part of us and monitor every financial transaction during the activities of these state associations or the national association, that is the BCCI. So, huge financial activities do take place, but everything is very transparent, very fair, and by following all norms required for public administration.
Absolutely. I'll not take much of your time. You have seen it all actually. You played yourself, then you were with the Assam Cricket Association, now you are the secretary of the BCCI. How do you see Indian cricket 5 years down the line? And what legacy do you hope to leave as BCCI secretary, personally?
So that I cannot foresee what legacy I will leave, but whatever I have, responsibility I have got, I have to do it diligently, sincerely and most dedicatedly, without any blemish. My only concern is I should not do anything wrong,
Yeah.
which will bring bad name to BCCI or to my state. This is my prime focus. Those who have reposed confidence in me, I should not betray their trust and believe in me. So these are the personal things which I follow very diligently. On the other hand, BCCI is doing wonderful. During the course of last 8 months, looking at from Barbados, India became the T20 champion.
Yeah.
In February, we became the women's under-19 champion in Malaysia.
Yes.
And in Dubai, in March, we became the
Champions Trophy.
So 3 ICC trophies within a span of 7 months. The
That's-
sky is
that's
the limit.
absolutely.
The sky is the limit. And we definitely would like to win the gold medal in Olympics, which is going to happen in 2028 in Los Angeles.
Absolutely. Now, finally, what would you like to tell as the BCCI secretary or as someone from Assam to the budding cricketers of our state and the Northeast as a whole?
Play your game very sincerely with a very positive mindset. If you perform well, you can always go up, and the limit should be to play for the country. That with that goal you should go and practice, dedicate yourself. Now we have very fair and transparent system of selection, and there is a proper structure of cricket games in place. So you have every opportunity, and the only thing which you have to diligently do is to dedicate your whole life, keeping your studies intact.
Absolutely.
Because study you cannot neglect. You play your games, but at the same time concentrate on the studies also. Come sincerely, don't go to the wrong ways. There are a lot of deviations, lot of distractions. Focus your attention to the game of cricket. Do hard work, study well, and the success will be
yours.
waiting at the end of your road.
And the biggest assurance is that an organization like BCCI is absolutely open and transparent, so merit is the only criteria.
And you have lot of opportunity, lot of scopes now. You can try to play for the state, you can try to play for the zone, you can try to play for the country, and if nothing is happening, IPL franchises are always
there. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Devajit Saikia. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.